It's Saturday, and well, we did the shopping and we set off to Ilha Grande, and of course, guess what? The wind is on the nose, which is actually very good, because there's very little wind, and when the wind comes from the front, that means that you've got much more apparent wind on the sails. So we are sailing instead of motoring. So we do need to tack. So we are going like this in between the waiting tankers in front of Angra dos Reis docks. And I've got Paraty back there. We arrived at the Bay of which is a bay where 20 years ago we spent I think at least a month, where Sergio learned to walk on the beach, and Julia got her first Brazilian girlfriend called Bruna. And there are boats. We have hardly seen any boats, and until now only Brazilians. So we got the sails down, and there it is, the place where we spent so many days barbecuing. A very special place. It's Monday morning, so my week started with a swim. I took the paddleboard in to this point, because the neighbors that invited over for morning coffee told me that there were nice fish here, and indeed there are. While I'm enjoying myself, there is somebody working on this Monday morning. Good morning. We are in Sítio Forte, where we've been now for almost a week. It's the sailors' hangout. There's sailboats here, and we have never seen an anchorage so full of sailboats as this one anchorage on Ilha Grande. And there is Lele's floating restaurant and bar, where basically every day we go for lunch, and then we meet other people at another table, and by the end of the day we have had lunch, we have had coffee at one boat, and drinks on the other boat. Drinks, and that is the way the days are. So the question is, when does one get fed up of this kind of life? We're not quite sure yet, but definitely not today. That Brazilian boat there, called Ares, it's a Brazilian-made boat, Delta 45, and they told us to eat our papaya with squeezed lime juice on top. So we are in Sakura, which is a round. Now, the advantage of it being warm is that things like yogurt, they are very easy to make. So milk in powder form, actually that's the milk we have on board, because we just mix it with the water, make a water, and we make our milk, which is much easier than transporting the milk from a small supermarket to the boat. And then we were running out of yogurt, so I made new yogurts. Heated up to 45 degrees, and then I've been standing here in the warm water for 9 hours. They should be finished now, and then they're gonna go in the fridge and are ready for tomorrow morning. And this is the next morning. Now we've been 2 days in this Sakura, the sack of heaven, as one of the hotels here called it. It's basically an anchorage completely enclosed, and the entrance is behind me. It's really mud, so we're taking the chain very slowly, cleaning it by hand. Fabio always wanted a deck wash and I never gave him one, so that's a manual deck wash. At least the fact that it's stainless steel makes that it is smoother, so the mud sticks less, and of course it doesn't rust. Yesterday we took the dinghy in there on the beach and pulled it up quite a lot. There is more than a meter tide, and then we walked all the way there, and I thought that then I was going to have lunch in either this bar here or that bar there, but we can't access those from the side of the they don't have any access from the side of the land. It's only from here. So in the end we walked all the way, I think 3.5 kilometers to the other side of this piece of land here, where you then are on the outside again. And we had lunch there and then had to walk back. Poor us. Now that one there is called the Praia de Amor, and it should have a very good restaurant. And there is the exit. So we're going to go this direction and then go out. And I think we are going to go back to Sitio Fuerte, which is the sailors' hangout. It's Friday today, so then maybe we're going to make some new friends over the weekend. So doing procedures, the tillers are blocked amidships, which means that I put it on this autopilot steering, and then I can steer the boat as if this one would be my wheel. But basically, since it is a catamaran, during procedures the steering is done only under engine, and this one just blocks the rudders at the center. Now, of course, I could try to find my own way out here, but as soon as the procedure is finished, we put this one on course. So now it is going to go 90, which apparently is perfectly east. Well, you've got the almost 30 degrees magnetic variation here, and then I steer the boat by 10 degrees left or right, or 1 degree left or right. So for example, now I am going to press 10 degrees left, and there it goes. And 10 degree right, and it goes back. That's basically the way we sail. I mean, we either sail by course, so magnetic course, or we sail by wind degree angle. So then we put the autopilot on an angle to the wind, which is what you will use when the wind comes from the front, because then you want to go as close as possible to the wind. Otherwise, it is basically almost on magnetic course. And there you see the entrance and exit of Sakuraso. A few days now, so we haven't had a lot of wind. That means that there is a little ocean swell on the south side of the island, where there usually is too much swell for you to anchor. So we decided to go and explore it. And now we are arriving in Parinoica. Ilha Grande is as big as our Tuscan island of Elba. But with a lot less people and hardly any roads. There are walking trails all around the island, but there are no roads to places like this. So you either walk for hours or you come by boat. It's always exciting arriving in a new place. It's Saturday around noon, so all these day trippers arrived. So there's the sea, and then there is this little lagoon where the waterfall arrives. Over this water hose that undoubtedly comes down from the waterfall and gives water to the two campings there here. There's no electricity. These plants that we have at home in our houses in Europe. And here they're growing the end of the water from the waterfall that runs out into the sea. So I'm standing here in front of one of the small little islands that are in this Saco dos Rios. I've got the swimming hat on because I just washed my hair and well, there's too much swell to be standing there, and the problem is that there are lots of sea urchins. Non sembra che I brasiliani li mangiano. So you have to be careful where you put your feet. In Italy, all these sea urchins at such an accessible place would be impossible. But then, here there's nobody. It's Sunday afternoon, and we were on Ilha Grande behind me in an anchorage called Dois Rios because there are two freshwater rivers that come out in it, and there was a maximum security prison until '94, so we just went around the by now actually abandoned village and had lunch, and then we came to this island, which is called chores something. Apparently a famous pirate who shipwrecked here and lived here for many years. At least that's a legend. And it's just in front of Ilha Grande, and it's known for its frigates, lots of birds, and there should be nice diving waters. Fabio's going to check out the anchor. It's deep anchorage. We anchored on 16-17 meters. So we threw out all the chain we have, which is 60 meters. After that we have got more, it's rope, but 60 meters should be okay. And also here, of course, plastic in the water. Odd to think about that it's a Monday morning. End of February. This is really not how our life was until now. I suppose this is what people mean when they say we woke up to another day in paradise. The connection between behind me that you see between the big island of Ilha Grande and the small island called Ilha Grande disappears with high tide, and then you've got about half a meter of water there. And this, where we are, is called Lagoa Verde, so the green lagoon, because we've got some green coral here, which apparently is a rare color for coral. During day there is a lot of day trippers, of course. And the water is always, I mean, I suppose it is clean, clear. We are anchored on 8 meters, but it's green. It's all the organic material. So that's the difference between here and, for example, the Caribbean. We do not have blue translucent water. We've got all the animal life and fauna instead. So the herons that make this strange noise are basically here for breakfast. It's low tide and there are millions of fish, small fish down here. And I managed to get Fabio here. He's not one for morning swims usually. Ah, Fabio found the green coral.